Good day, everyone. I am here at Evergreen Cemetery of Riverside, California. I have a guest with me, my daughter.
Hi.
Who I call my favorite Ika. And we are going to visit the grave of John Wesley North. This cemetery, as you can see, is right at the base of Mount Rubidoux. That area right there. I'm trying to imagine what this area looks like during a rainstorm, and they probably get a lot of runoff. But anyway, we're going to do John Wesley North's grave. That's his marker. His specific flat stone is right here. John Wesley North was the city of Riverside's founder. He was president of the Southern California Colony Association in 1870, and he basically started this city. He was an abolitionist, so he was against slavery. He was also a, a teetotaler. He was against drinking. Prohibitionist, thank you, Ika. He was a great man. And he is responsible basically for this city being what it is, but we're not going to talk much about John Wesley North. He was born 1815, died 1890. He's buried with his wife here. We're going to walk over to that side of the cemetery, and we're going to visit the grave of Frank Augustus Miller. So I'm going to put this on pause and we're going to go over there. Okay, we are coming up on the grave of Frank Augustus Miller and the Miller family. Now, Frank Miller was the founder of the Mission Inn in Riverside, the Mission Inn Hotel. And this is him right here. Well, he's buried in the ground. This is his grave marker. As I say, it's located in the Evergreen Cemetery of Riverside at the corner of 14th Street and Cedar Street. Frank built the Mission Inn. The Mission Inn is a monstrous hotel. They've had presidents and entertainers stay there. The Miller family purchased the hotel when it was called the Glenwood, I believe it is. It was called the Glenwood Hotel in 1878. They built a large addition to it. What really helped transform it into being the big attraction that it is, it's now a national landmark of the United States. But what really built it up was when Mr. Frank Miller here had a guest come over in the 1880s. This guy was the former director of the Oriental exhibits at the British Museum. His name was Wilson Crewdson, and he had a lot of conversations with Frank about expanding the hotel to include art and to include history and culture, and that's basically what Mr. Frank did. Art became the hallmark of the inn, and it became actually a commercial cultural center of Riverside. Actually, it still is. Okay, my daughter said that she's been there they have an astounding Christmas lights display and some other activities. They expanded greatly in 1902. The Mission Inn now occupies an entire city block. They added a cloister section. I'm going to put the website of the Mission Inn in the description, missionin.com. It is impressive. It looks like a king's palace. In fact, it looks like something more important than a king would live there. But they've had guests over there such as President Theodore Roosevelt came there to stay. William Howard Taft, who was this was a big guy. He was in excess of 300 pounds. So what they did was they built a chair for the guy that was big enough to accommodate his massive frame. He knew right away when he saw the chair, and they tell me that he was quite a bit less than amused by it. But anyway, they had him. Other guests have been President Herbert Hoover, Richard Nixon, John Kennedy have stayed there, and Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan actually honeymooned with Nancy at that hotel. They've also had famous guests like Judy Garland, Betty Davis, Clark Gable, Tom Hanks, Barbara Streisand. And this is a very, very big thing to the people of Riverside. And it has been for, what, some 150 years. But this is the guy right here that basically started it. He also was involved in public works in Riverside. He got the trolley line going. He also got the electrified trolley going. He aided in water and, bringing in the water and everything. So rest in peace, Mr. Miller. And this here is a big stone monument to his name. He was married twice. Both of his wives are here, as well as his children. So rest in peace, Mr. Miller. Riverside owes you a lot.